And welcome back to our channel. My sister Janjo. Today I'm going to talk about a missionary called William Carey. William Carey was born on 17th August 1761 in Pollarsbury, Northamptonshire. At a very young age, William had this natural talent of learning languages. Due to himself, he taught himself Latin and was very proficient in it. And he also had an avid interest in botany. At the age of 14, he was apprenticed to a cobbler, and later he married a relative of the cobbler. At this age, William was very interested in everyone going out to preach the word of the Lord, and when he told about this and spoke about this at the church, no one paid attention to him and said that it was not their job and it was God's. But William had a feeling that he had to go and tell about the Lord to everyone who didn't know him. And when he told about this to his best friends, his friends supported him, and together they decided to travel to India, a place where there were many idols and they didn't believe in God and they had many superstitions. Even though their journey was filled of struggles, they later reached India, and for 1 year William preached the word of the Lord, but there was no reap. And William's son, Peter, who was 5 years old, died because of dysentery, which left an emotional scar on his wife Dorothy. After that, William was struggling. He didn't know what to do and asked God to give him a direction because they had no place to stay, no food to eat, and he had no money to preach the word of the Lord. And then came an answer for his prayers. His best friend offered him a job of a manager in an indigo factory, and for the next 6 years, he and his family stayed there. Meanwhile, William was translating the Bible into Hindi and all the well-known language of India in almost 400 dialects. It was a very strenuous job, but he was continuous in his work and he almost completed it. And after 6 years, many more missionaries came from England, and one of them had a printer, due to which he was able to print his translations. In 1800, they got their first convert, Krishna Pal, who dedicated the rest of his life to the Lord and wrote many hymns. Then William Carey set up a girls' school and stayed in Danish territory because he wasn't allowed in the British territory where they didn't support his interests. As they were continuing their mission, his wife Dorothy died, and he married for a second time to Charlotte, who was his equal and had equal interest in what he was doing, and they continued to propagate the teaching of Jesus Christ and got many more converts. Using the help of his mission, Carey set up the Serampore College and the Agri-Horticultural Society of India. And he continued to propagate the word of the Lord, and the word of the Lord was continued to be translated by him. And using the help of his mission, Carey set up the Serampore College and the Agri-Horticultural Society of India. William continued translating the word of the Lord, and the word of the Lord was continued to be printed and distributed to many more converts and to many more who didn't know about the Lord. At one point, his mission suffered a devastating loss in the form of a fire which burnt up many of his manuscripts, but William did not falter and continued translating, and in 6 months he recovered everything and translated everything, and the word of the Lord was continued to be printed. At the end of his life, William translated the word of the Lord into 44 languages and more than 400 dialects. And at the end of his life, he still continued to preach of the Lord and propagate everything that he knew, and continued his translation and his printing work with the help of his friends. And he died on 9 August 1834. From William's life, we learned that no matter what struggles we face in the journey of us walking with Lord, we must never falter in it, because God is with us, He will be with us, He will guide us, and He will protect us, and He will definitely give us an answer. And if we continue to pray to Him and give Him our everything, in spite of what trouble we are facing, He will definitely answer us and guide us in our lives. Thank you.